Good night to you all. A lot of my students not here as yet. Look like them still buy pizza and burger and KFC, jerk chicken, Chinese food. Good night, John. What you know for dinner since night? Opal, if you answer him. Me done black them. As me see them tonight, me just a black them. Black and delete. As them come on my platform, black and delete. You know what I find strange? You know what I find strange, Jamaica? Dalton Brown. Dalton, where you see me tonight? Where you see me tonight? You know how much people call to me tonight? One woman, one old woman whisper, me can't talk loud, me can't talk politics, but me pick them ear. Here are me want me partner draw. One next man, me know if I him. Gungo soup. Baba, I'm gonna drink some of that gungo soup there right now. There is a little woman and man. Down a standpipe, Miguel and Miss Chin. Uno food tastes nice. And Miss Chin give me the piece of corn. Me buy the red piece soup. But she say, Andre, you want a piece of corn? And me say, sure, Miss Chin. Me say, open a set, you set me, no. She said, no, Dre, me love you too much. See your corn, yeah. Enough Jamaicans out, they love me. Denton, you see me in a half a tree. When you see me in a half a tree. Me never in a half a tree today. Today, me stay home, me and Chantel, and we clean and fix up room. Only thing I don't change is my curtain them yet. Because I never get to press out curtain and something. No! Big up every corner shop, every soup vendor, every jerk man, every fish vendor. Big up everybody will sell them look sprat and chicken, back and chicken neck. Oat sparge. John, oat sparge a good thing. Lord Marine, piece of bread back, me understand. Me did have a time in a people. Me did have a time, chicken foot soup not sound bad. When me gonna tell you the truth, when sufferation did that take me 1 year. A toothpaste me used to eat for go on my bed at night time. Me not afraid for talk it. Me not afraid for talk it, say toothpaste me used to eat. And every fruit me sometimes I wonder why me despise Julie Mango now. Julie used to grow up on the tree and me have to name the Julie the morning, noon, and night. Only know about them sufferation. Only know about them pressure there. Only know about them pressure there. You know why me used to eat toothpaste at night time? Yes, boiled banana and dirty girl are my thing. You know why me used to eat the toothpaste at night time? Because when I wake up hungry in the night, the toothpaste would have dip on my tongue for all me. Because you know that toothpaste, it kind of have a little taste. Only know about pressure. Only know when sufferation and white scalar bite poor people. Them when mango season come in, them glad for mango season. Because them have mango morning, noon and night. When star apple, them have to stone the star apple tree for the star apple come off. Yeah? Who know about them pressure there? Who know about them pressure there? Who know about when Jimbilin arrive and you have to name Jimbilin morning, noon and night? Blackie, who have to name morning, noon and night? And God bless the East Indian tree. Who know about them pressure there, don't it? Tell me if you don't know about them pressure there. Who know about naming dumpling and butter? Yeah, eat all 6 flour dumpling with the butter. Who know about rice when you have sardine and you cut up 2 sausage and you make seasoned rice with sardine and sausage and rice? Who know about them pressure there? Only hear about the Lana Tucker situation, you know. And no found things say me forget about the Lana Tucker. But he that has ears to hear, let them hear. A giving notice. Remember them say the Lana Tucker house I go take a particular time frame. Me soon be Nicodemus in the night. Me soon be Nicodemus in the night. Me soon be Nicodemus and go up at the land of space. Remember the Lana tell me say no. Remember the Lana say a onion and garlic fry up with dumpling. Ima finia me no. And this a recent situation. Since here, we hear about that, you know. Only remember. Only know how much people have to go down go down at the market. Go get the riffraff them because I only $1,000 they have. And then want the riffraff is stretch out. So them get the bad goods in the market. Only know about them situation there. Who know about them situation there? Who know about them situation there? Who knows so them have to go and market late Saturday evening when market a sell out for get the $50 cabbage? The $80 things them? So me want you to tell me if you never there the bottom and the bowels of poverty. You never there yet. You remember the days when granny and mama no have the money for go no. And if you go to school and teacher I take out for them little tips and penny to make sure say you eat. You remember them days there? And no found successful now. And not even gone back at the school for say to teacher. Or to the institution. Thank you. Roll back the curtains of memories. Not for we wouldn't be where we were if it wasn't for good parents, ambitious parents, good teachers. Tell me if I lie, me I tell no. Tell me if I lie, me I tell. Boil banana and fry up. So some are we eat all tin mackerel now, and some are we now want to eat some of the things that were childhood memories. Because the more we eat it and the more we think about the sufferation we go through. So all for me, every time I see a Julie Mango tree, I despise it. Because back in 2015, when nothing had gone for me, I feel live pan Julie Mango. Morning, noon, and night. The only thing me do with Julie Mango these days I make sauce. Nothing more. Me don't like to see the tree. You know what people go through sufferation. But me just want you to know, you know. As for the Lana Tucker house. As for the Lana Tucker house. Remember them say, by the end of May the house ready. Remember the member of parliament come on the program. Remember the member of parliament come on the program. I remember what she said. By May, early June, the house should be ready. Hey! Lana, anything possible, sir? The Julie Mango, them give me the diabetes. Because me da name them enough to keep through the tuck and things and the turmoils. Yes, Lana. It possibly could be the Julie Mango for true. But, who remember when the MP say, wanna share the life so the life can wanna know so when me see enough numbers, make me talk up the things them more. That's why I'm not start talk the things them yet, you know. Because me I wait for someone to come to class. You know much how me the I don't see tonight. Una go take man and take girl. Sadiki King. You remember when you used to abuse me in high school and tell me say me is fool? I used to cuss me out. So I want to ask you. Only a member say, the member of parliament say, by X time the house would be ready. Only a member. Tag all of the vloggers them because them love the mix up. Tag all of the vloggers them and the bloggers. Tell me if I lie. And she said, oh, Andre, the house will be ready in a particular time frame. Remember? Talk back to me now, man. Remember? Them say, the Lana Tucker house are go ready between X and X time. March, April, May. 3 months we give them. 3 months we give them. 90 days. 3 months we give them 90 days. 3 months. We want to see the progress report now. Only now want to see the progress report pan the house. Tell me if you don't want to see the progress report pan the house. Yes, man. Oh, Andre, we will be doing X and we'll be doing Y. I remember so them crucify Alex till the point where Alex will disrespect me now. You remember? Say I recall. Say I recall. All right now, Jamaica. All right now, Jamaica. Me I gonna make a visit. I don't know when, but I know I know I'm going to make a visit. Nicodemus in the night are coming. Are coming. Are coming. Yes, man. Are coming. And I don't know the time, the minute, the hour. But are coming. Upper Guys Hill. And I want to see the... Hey! Yes, Ricardo, the whole and remember. And Alex turn round, disrespect me and tell me one whole heap of bad word. Because I was doing the investigative journalism. And a lot of people saying, Alex, tell me some things. Talk up some disrespect. So I go and go up there, you know. And I go and ask the question them. I go and ask the question them. Is who this? Now Jamaica. Now. 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 Have you recalled? Have you recalled, Jamaica? Have you all recalled that of lately we have seen the visits of several head of states in Jamaica? Yes. Have you recalled of late there have been several head of states in Jamaica? Yes or no? Yes or no? The Rwanda president, want to talk to me now, students. The Rwanda president, the India president just leave. The British royals came. Prime Minister and delegation go to United States. And then we were told after the visit of the royals. You remember how much that bill cost us? You remember that how much that bill cost us? Over $8 million for the trip of the royals. Over $8 million. What is the cost for the trip of the Rwanda president? What was the cost to house the Rwanda president in Jamaica? What is the cost? This is a serious question now, students. Who is this? Right? What is the cost for the Rwanda president? What is the cost? Yes? Yes, Jamaica. What is the cost for the Indian president visit to Jamaica? 4 days him spend here, the two of them. And then I want to know who is paying for all those trips that Kamina Johnson Smith? Who is paying for all of those trips that Kamina Johnson Smith has taken in the last 6 to 8 weeks? All over England, all over Africa, who is paying for those trips? What is the cost for such trips? What is the purpose of all of these trips? And I'm going to say, Kamina Johnson Smith wants to become the new Secretary General for the Commonwealth. She wants to become the new Secretary General for the Commonwealth. But who is paying? Millions of dollars have been spent. Millions of dollars were spent to host the Rwanda president, to host the Indian president. And I don't know between now and when the elections must keep in June, end of June, if other people, she went to Ghana up to last weekend. Big ceremony keeping a Ghana fair. Enough place she go. She has been in London on several courtesy calls. Eh? Only no know about what me I talk about. Only never know so this a go on Jamaica. Talk to me now, students. But I want to know, Jamaica, what is the returns on these trips? Seeing that Kamina Johnson Smith is all over the world touring to become Secretary General, is this to the benefit of Jamaica? Is this to the benefit of taxpayers or personal political interest? How does Jamaica benefit from Kamina becoming the new head or the new Secretary General of the Commonwealth? How does it benefit Jamaica? For all of those trips, who pays for those trips? Jamaica. And civil servants hungry. Taxpayers hungry. And one person's self-interest, political self-interest, goes above nation. And teachers hungry. Firefighters hungry. Doctors hungry. Nurse hungry. Soldiers hungry. But one minister of government, has taken so many trips in the last 2 months. to the benefit of her political interest. Remember, Jamaica, they can't find the money to pay the taxpayers, the civil servants, the government workers. They can't find the money to pay the government workers. But Kamina Johnson Smith can be all over the world touring the Commonwealth so that she can become the next Secretary General. And Jamaicans are hungry. And I am saying there's nothing wrong with his or her political agenda. There's nothing wrong if you want to become. There is nothing wrong if you want to become who you want to become. But not to the detriment of the state. Not to the detriment of the state. You know what it looks like? It shows Jamaica. It shows Jamaica and Jamaicans what the priority of this government. What are the priorities of this government? I don't have a problem if you want to become what. But the truth be told, why should taxpayers be paying? And when you are appointed, should you be appointed the head of the Secretary General? Is not Jamaica paying you? Is not Jamaica going to pay you, You won't even continue to be the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Do you know that? You will be having helper. You will be living in London. Your husband, Kamina Johnson. Is there any truth that your husband is a deportee? Kamina Johnson Smith. I don't know. Is there any truth that your husband has a track record? And if so, is there any truth that he's a deportee? If he's a deportee, why was he deported? Did he commit a crime? Did he commit a crime? What is the crime if he committed a crime? What was the crime that he committed? If he has committed a crime and he's now in Jamaica, Kamina Johnson Smith, does your husband own a licensed firearm? Kamina Johnson Smith, does your husband own access to a licensed firearm? Mrs. Johnson Smith, does your husband have access to a licensed firearm? Was your husband deported? Was your husband deported? If he was deported, what was the reason for deportation? What was the reason for the deportation of such man? Mrs. Johnson Smith, should you become Secretary General, will this gentleman's history be expunged? Mr. Shane Darling, can you answer this question? Is the husband of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade, is there any truth to the argument that he is the owner of a licensed firearm? And if such, does he has a record of deportation? Does he have a criminal record? If he does have a criminal record and he owns a licensed firearm, isn't this what you were going against of recent times? Weren't you speaking out against these matters of criminals? Of criminals. Is he one of the criminals that you said have access to guns? I want to know, Jamaicans, don't you want to know? Don't you want to know these questions? Don't you want answers? These are the questions that mainstream media not asking. These are the questions that Nationwide not asking, Observer not asking, Gleaner not asking, Steve, VM and TVG and Loop not asking. Does he have a criminal record? Was he deported? And if it was ordinary people like me and you, know, these stories would have been picked up by the media, slandered all across the island. Slandered. Poor people would have get slandered. But because they're big money labor right politicians, we need to know, you know. And the PMP afraid to ask these questions. But I don't live in a glass house. I don't have no criminal in my family. I don't have no criminal around me. I have no criminal around me. So is it fear that this woman is campaigning to become the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, when the principles of the Commonwealth in them own household not be maintained? Not be maintained. And people wonder why. You see, as long I've been silent on this matter, why is Mrs. Johnson Smith's bid? Why is Mrs. Johnson Smith's bid being paid for by the government? Isn't your husband in a good position where he can pay for these trips? Isn't it the truth that when you reach in another house there, none of we at Jamaica now get no benefits out tight, you know. When you get your millions of pounds a month, you think me and you get any of it? None of us. And our picnic them and she and him. Our picnic them and she and him. I go have the house big, you know. Where am I going to live in, you know? Only never know. I don't need to answer the questions. I have stirred up the water to catch the fish. It's for them to know, respond to those questions. I don't need to answer to the questions, Marjorie. It's them who must answer. The purpose of journalism and investigative journalism, you ask the questions expecting an answer. It's not my duty. I ask the questions. It's not my duty to answer. I ask. Oh, me must question can answer question. Tell me now. Can question answer questions? Marjorie, I ask the pressing questions. Remember, so the brain is like this, you know. The brain wonders, the brain question. The brain asks questions. It is there for what? For you to question. So I want people to tell me now. And you know what I find strange and I find funny? There was a judge of late who sentenced a man for Whoa. Antoinette Rowe, Miss Cross being more interesting than me is because it's two agendas. Miss Cross' agenda is PMP. My agenda is Jamaica. So Antoinette Rowe, if you want to go on Miss Cross' agenda and find the interesting things, go over her page and find it, Antoinette. My platform is to speak about a Jamaica. Now, students, I don't talk no mix up on this program. I ask pressing questions. I don't talk about who asleep with who are for pum pum. People want a who for pum pum. I don't talk about that, Antoinette Rowe. And if that is how you're limited in your inquisitions, something is wrong with you. On this program, I question national issues, not PMP business, because PMP business are spoiled. Now, Jamaica, you heard about the student, the gentleman, who had a record, a criminal record of, I think, is minor theft. And when the judge saw him in the courthouse doing the work, the judge get rid of him. The judge got rid of him. The judge got rid of him. You hear what I said? The judge got rid of him. Fire him. Now, remember, he had a criminal record. And because the judge remembered him, the judge fired him. And others, seemingly, it is alleged, other ministers of government have criminals who have criminal records. And them can walk in a big house, get big mansion. But this little poor ordinary man in Jamaica, the little poor ordinary man in Jamaica who wants to have a better life. Tell me now, man. Tell me if I lie, me I tell. Is being told, come out of the place because the judge said you was a thief. But others who are alleged to be deportees are all given access to new opportunities. That's not the Jamaica that I want to live in. If the man committed a crime and he wants to start over his life, he must be granted that opportunity. He must be granted an equal access to opportunities. Dear judge, how would you feel if that man goes back to that life of crime? How would you feel if that man goes back to that life of crime? And he turn round that him come in your yard, see you in your yard, rob you and then kill you. Kill you on the basis that you did not give him a second chance. So all I am trying to make point is, if Kamina husband had a criminal history, and this young man had a criminal history, and is trying to go on a legitimate pathway, he must be granted and not denied. Granted and not denied. Granted and not denied. Because Kamina, listen, enough of them politicians here have criminal picnic, you know. Enough of them politicians here have husband and wife who have past criminal records. And they hold big positions in a government. Big positions in a government. And the poor ordinary man who wants to make a second life. You know why I talk? My stepfather was prosecuted for a gun, and he paid and he served his time. I can't talk this story. Connor can't use it against me. But that man has worked his sweat and tears to make sure me ends meet. Can make sure ends meet. Granted and not denied. And that man serve the PTA well and serve with distinction. But he had a criminal record. Do you know how many people who have had criminal records want to get an equal opportunity for a second chance? Do you know how many Jamaicans have been denied because of wrong address and criminal records? Wrong addresses and criminal records. Tell me if I lie, me I tell no man. Tell me if I lie, me I tell. Only in our own wits have seen it. Only see the sufferation that many Jamaicans have gone through just because of a wrong address. Lie, me I tell. Tell me if I lie, me I tell. Tell me if I lie, me I tell. Who remember this song? You remember that song? Who remember that song? We don't want no trouble. Who remember that song? We don't want no trouble. 'Cause lady, where you come from, people die there every day. Lady, where you come from, people die there every day. Some of you are qualified. And when them look on the address of West Kingston, Denham Town, Tel Aviv, when they look at Waterhouse, Big Lane, Matches Lane, oh sir, we'll get back to you soon. Soon never come. Access must be granted and never denied. Access must be granted and never denied. So what is hurting for me is that one woman, millions of dollars is spent between state visits and trips across the world in Commonwealth countries. And many ordinary teachers, nurses, doctors, police, security guards, secretary, janitor, garbage man, household people are worse off today. Worse off today than a year ago. And people wonder why I beat them morning, noon, and night. People wonder why I beat them morning, noon, and night. Right? And the amount of funds that were sent to Jamaica to assist in the recovery of COVID. The amount of money that was sent to Jamaica to reform and revive the economy. Where is the money? How many people can say they had access to the money? Not many. Not many. And you got the money once, the $10,000. What is $10,000? The corn did that. Sorry. Let me take. What is 10,000 Jamaican dollars? You only got the $10,000 one time. One time. One time. One time. And millions of US, millions of pounds, millions were sent to this country, were gifted to this country, were gifted to this country, and so many people are suffering. So many people are suffering, and nobody has asked the pressing questions. Where are the monies? Where was the monies to reform education, to make education technologically inclined? Where were the monies for the tablets? Where were the monies for the laptops? Where were the monies to put on the internet on our teachers' systems? Where were the monies for the healthcare professionals who were the heroes in COVID? Where were the monies for the barbers and the nail techs and the cosmetologists that were promised? Where were the monies for the creatives, the entertainers? Where were the monies for the local farmers to revive the farming industry? Where were the monies for the small businessman who could use those funds to hold them in pressuring times? These are questions that must be answered. Where were the monies for the path children? The monies for students, children on a whole? And then you wonder why I'm so hurt that additional monies are being spent for Kamina's campaign. And poor people hungry. Poor people in this country hungry. When you look on the streets, mothers have to be selling cookies. Look at brittles. Look at juice. Look at bag juice. And no help was given to them. No help given and granted to them. Where are the monies for the taxi drivers to help them to recover the losses? Where were the monies for the small farmers, the poultry farmers, that in this time chicken feed has grown exponentially and there's nothing? A lot of people are suffering, but a lot of people don't know who to ask, where to turn. Where's the World Bank money? Where the monies for the hospital? Do you recall that the people at Cornwall Regional Hospital are now saying that they don't even have linens, they don't even have the tapes, they don't even have the surgical equipment to perform the surgeries that are needed. They have to delay surgeries. Hospitals are in some nasty conditions. And when I ask these questions, people are asking me chat too much. People are saying me chat too much. Chat too much. People are saying me too enough. People are saying me a madman. The dirty boy. Them something they wanna say. But nobody's wondering, where are the monies? It's rough. You know much children tonight going to them bed. You know much children going to them bed tonight hungry. They can't even afford a Ramin's chicken noodle. You remember when a Ramin's was all $25, $30 bag? Now on average a Ramin's is about $150 per one. Ramin's. A lot of people are hungry. A lot of Jamaicans are hungry. And that is why crime. That is why crime can't stop. Can't stop in this country. Can't stop. Because if people are hungry, no man, I want to know the plight of poor people in this country. Do you know the plight of poor people in this country? Do you know the sufferings? Do you know the sufferings that poor people go through in this country? One time a week, them probably can eat a good, decent food. Cheat tricks and bag juice. Them have to feed them picnic pan. Some days them have to go without food, waiting to go back to school the next day to go get the part lunch. Why you think so many children can't focus in school? They not get no breakfast, they not get no dinner, they not get no lunch. So they not get no dinner the next night. And them have to wait till them go to school the morning to get something to eat. And them have to wait till 10:30. 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock. And when they get the food, then get sluggish. Can't concentrate. Can't concentrate. So teacher, no man. Who don't know the sufferings when them pick me and go through? Do you understand the suffering on this land? Do you understand the agony and the pain? Who is talking for those children? Why can't we have food banks within our communities? Within the communities, why we can't set up some food banks through the government? So that poor, destitute, vulnerable people can eat little rice, a little bean. Eat something. Eat something. Eat something. And many of them are hungry, impoverished. There is absolute poverty, and there's abject poverty, and there's relative poverty. Many of these people are living in absolute and relative poverty. Do you understand the amount of mothers who their fathers have left the children on the mother, and the mother can't make ends meet? The mothers can't make ends meet, and the mother have an uncle visiting uncle here and there, expecting that man will give them something more. Do you know how many people would have been happy if a food bank was in their community, that at least 3 times or 2 times for the week, them can go, they go get 1 5-pound of rice, little 3 pound of flour, little cornmeal, and some canned items. Why can't the government be as futuristic in thinking like that? Why can't the government take over those industries that have failed and put people to work? Come on, no man. Come on, no man. So when I talk to you and I say to you, say, it can be that a government doing these things, it shows the priority of the government. It shows the priority of the government. Them not care about uno, them not care. Them not care for no hungry. Them not care for no dead. Them not care. But Kamina Johnson Smith can tour the world to become the Commonwealth Secretary General. On average, at least 400,000 or 500,000 Jamaicans don't have a proper meal per night. At least 400 to 500,000 Jamaicans don't have a proper meal per night. But Prime Minister Holness, if you had food banks, it could have been at least reduced significantly to at least 20,000. Right? Tell me if I lie now, man. The wasted lands that we have, why can't they go set up some cubs and make those communities be fed? Every household get a chicken per week. Every household get a chicken per week. Get vegetables. Tell me if I lie now, man. We have to think futuristic. We have to think futuristic. We have to think. We have to think. I want some people call me and tell me if it's lie me and tell. This is now the time that people can call into the program. Right? See my number here. Call, man. People are wanting to call. At least 2 people call, man. Call and make with reason out things. Somebody call me now, man. So everybody hear me over our talking and nobody wants to call in and talk about who is paying for Kamina Johnson Smith's, right? Trips. And if this is not unfair to Jamaicans, while Jamaicans, teachers, nurses, doctors, soldier, fireman, security, helper, janitor, cleaner, groundsman, hungry. Talk to me now, man. Talk to me now, man. Nobody calling? Alright, I can end the program. I can end the program now, seeing that nobody not calling. Because I was going to talk. I know I've given a lot to reflect on, but me there, you never call yet. Only can call in now, you know. Call in on the program. Carlet, you remember me? Sandra Clark, what are you afraid of? You can call and nobody knows it is you. I soon end the program tonight. I'm tired enough people. You think it's easy for you to talk so long? You don't have to call. You can call me on WhatsApp. You can call me on WhatsApp, people. Call me on WhatsApp. Nobody in the diaspora to call me tonight. That is strange. Why you want to fight me for Carlet? Look how long you not chat to me. I never even know say you they still there, but me think you dash me like how rest of people dash me. Alright, Jamaica. I've done my fair share here tonight. And every time the program I feel like. Wow. Alright. So seeing that nobody don't want to call me tonight. That good, man. That good, man. That good. So why you change your number? Alright, people. It was a pleasure hosting you tonight. Remember, I don't do any live tomorrow unless this is a national crisis. So I'll see you back on Sunday. Alright? I'll see you back on Sunday. So why them like you done fat? Oh. Okay, you not have the number. Understand. Alright. If you don't want to call me off, may I go? So soon back Sunday. Right? I did really want somebody to call. Because I did have a next topic, you know. I have a next topic where I go fix and down the business. But I'm going to leave it till Sunday. Out now, you know what? I wonder if I should attack. No, Andre, you're tired. Go on your bed. Go and go lay down. Good night, good night, good night. Oh, somebody a call. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night. Hi, Andre.
How are you, darling?
I'm good. I'm a first-time caller.
Yes.
Always listening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm here in Canada, and you know, it's very distressing when I look at what's happening, you know, to Jamaica, and I think this government is too far removed from the rise of the ordinary
Jamaican. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what their vision is. Because it cannot be that so many people are crying out. It's the first I'm seeing something like this. So many people are crying out. And when you take a look at what the government is doing and all the money have been spending, and, you know, so many heads of states coming in, you know, $1 billion on new notes, it begs the question, what's their vision? Because it cannot be prosperity.
Or what are their priorities? But I'm going to say to you, want me to tell you what their vision is?
Yes, I'd like to know, because I'm trying to think.
Their vision is for friends and companies and cronies to all benefit to the whims and fancies and to the detriment of ordinary Jamaicans. So they will make their cookie jar be filled and ordinary Jamaicans suffer in the process. Because for them, Jamaica done mash up already. So all they need to do is just scrape, make for them cookie jar fat, and then in a good time, them just left Jamaica. Because none of them are dual citizens, you know. So then can go ask back for them citizenship in the other second country. Yes, man. They not care about Jamaica.
They don't care, and I think it is full time now. As citizens, we hold them accountable. We have a responsibility to hold our leaders accountable. We cannot continue to sweep everything under the rug. We have to hold them accountable, and that is one of the things that is mashing up Jamaica. Too many backdoor deals.
Backdoor, you call it. But what I am saying, right? How unfair is it that one woman wants to become the Secretary General for the Commonwealth, and it's government of Jamaica pay for all her trip them, and when she get the post, Jamaica government and Jamaicans now go benefit only through some memorandum of understanding and some signatories?
That's a very important question, and you know we should get some answers as to who, where, and where the money is coming from. Who is
And we need to
funding
know.
industry?
Jamaica needs to know how many millions of dollars have been spent on her campaign.
Exactly.
We need to know. It is the duty of Jamaicans to know how many millions were spent on this campaign. How does those millions matriculate to returns on investment? Can we pin these millions to success coming for Jamaica? And people, it is wrong. Millions being spent on these. These are the priorities, you know. Obviously, these are the priorities of Andrew Michael Holness. What are the
people for themselves? Self-interest.
Self-interest. They don't care about the basic, ordinary Jamaican. And that is my bone of contention. How many listen, them want to give the government workers 4% increase pan salaries, right?
Yeah.
What is 4% increase when a government minister is using millions of dollars to campaign in the Commonwealth to become the Secretary General? You understand?
Measly 4%.
Measly 4%.
$6,000 added. Maybe $6,000 added to 120 or 30,000.
What is that? What is that?
Oh my God.
And then when we ask these pressing questions, people say a bad man. Me can bad man come in a Johnson Smith, you know.
No. What you're doing is what the opposition should be doing, but they're sleeping, they're half asleep.
And this is what I am saying. It is misplaced priorities. It can be that the priorities of this government is to do what? It's wrong, you know, friend. It's wrong. 4% in a civil servant's face is a slap. It's a, you know, like you drape up a girl and say, hey girl, you take my man. And you just beat the girl. And that Andrew only said to the civil servants, you know, I beat them in the face with the 4%. What is $6,000 pound of salary? What is $8,000 pound of salary?
You know, sometimes I think about coming back to Jamaica, and I always say to myself, you know, I wouldn't come back there to work, because if I'm not getting the money that I'm getting now,
you're not going to get it.
I'm a social worker. I work in the social work profession.
Not in this government, you're not getting it, love. You're not getting it. So nobody even think about coming home.
Needs to be done. So much that needs to be done. But one of the things that really hurts me now, Andre, is that when I look at the people that the politicians gravitate to and go towards when it's election time, these people don't hold the politicians accountable, and I tell you, they're the ones that feel it the most. They don't hold them accountable. They come and they give them something now, put in their pocket, and they gather the community people and they push them out to vote. And then when the roads want to fix, no water, no support, no nothing at all. Community centers, empty, no development. People need a frame of reference in order to dream, in order to see. But I think when it comes to crime and violence in a certain way, it serves the politician for it to be a certain way, because when the people brains are sleeping, it's better for the politician, because the hand can be in the cookie jar. Because you're hungry and you're depressed and you're stressed, so you don't have time to worry about what politicians are doing. But they don't see the connection, they don't see the ripple effects, that they have to hold these leaders accountable and demand more.
All I know is though, everybody want them partner draw.
It's full time, it's overdue, because them I get them partner draw a long time and they hand in the cookie draw, so till you don't know what to do with it.
Sometimes them all get 3 and 4 and consecutively behind each other, and poor people hungry.
It is sad. It is really sad.
time for people get them partner drama, and people fed up and tired of them. This cruel, wicked, and caring, unethical, crude, and disrespectful government. I mean, me nah stop beat them. Even if I'm me one.
Don't stop, Andre. Don't stop. Continue. Let me tell you, I'm always on social media, browsing and stuff. But let me tell you, you are the only person that I see doing something constructive. Like the information that you bring, it's so informative. It makes you think, and this is what we need. Too much cascas and fighting. And you know what I realize? It's a new trend. It's a new phenomenon where the good things, it don't trend.
No, the good things not trend. You have to talk about yes, man. You have to talk about, hey, you understand? You have to talk about mix up and who I sleep with, who I do this, featuring my platform, and never speak about them sitting there.
They don't, and that is why I'm saying, like, a lot of people, they don't, they vote, they only vote because of, my grandparents, or my mother or family vote this way, but they really and truly don't understand politics. If you sit down and ask them, okay, why are you voting for JNP or for PNP, they cannot tell you. They can't say, okay, this one has this policy and it's good. They're not able to hold that conversation. They are not. So they just vote and they don't know what they're voting for, not realizing that these things will come back around to haunt them. They're not voting for policy, they're voting for party. Vote for policy that will have effects for generation to come.
But you know, one of the things that is happening big in this country now, them now vote for party anymore, you know. Them a vote for get the 10,000 and the 15 and the 20,000. At this right now, you know. So the party we can buy them out, you know. So with democracy gone to the dogs, you know.
And that's what they've been always doing. And that's why I said the people that feel it the most, they should be holding them accountable, because rich people have their money and they can do what they can do. When it comes to their health, they can go abroad to see the best doctors. Poor people have run Gadoma Jubilee and KPH. Right?
Yes.
They're not holding them accountable. Roads need to be fixed. Schools. I cannot understand as a government coming out of this pandemic, right? Seeing the burden that the school system faced and the healthcare system faced, and you're spending so much money. Heads of state coming in and new banknotes for what? I want to build new parliament for what? So that they can go thief more money, bring in more thieves.
I don't see the need to build a new parliament, you know. Because the parliament not making no sense.
We need more, we need new hospitals. We need new, like, to me, I just think that they need to build a new hospital. Because the more they fix it, the more because
the more them a talk about them a fix Cornwall Regional, right? Jesus.
Hospital don't have bandages. Like,
you remember the caller will tell me say Maggie just take up him foot in the hospital?
Yes, I remember.
Maggie I take up him foot in the hospital. Maggie.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand what their vision is for this country. I do not understand, because as I am living here. I am in Canada and I'm living here, and I'm looking back on my country and I'm saying, my God, if I am here and I can see,
yes,
they are there, why can't they see? Why cannot they hear the cries of the people? So that's why I'm saying, what is their vision? Because it could not be prosperity. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, then it must be prosperity for them, but not all.
Prosperity for a few. Prosperity for a few. What we say?
It is really sad, man.
Prosperity for a few. Prosperity for a few.
There's only a few will make it out, you know. Only a few who have the strength and who are resilient. And we have to sit down and think as a people, think as a nation, to say, what can we do? We don't realize that as we have an obligation to make sure that our leaders, is we elect them, you know, is we elect them. So we're supposed to hold them accountable.
Hold them to account.
And we're not doing that. People just have thief money left, right, here and center, and then thief and left parliament and get too much millions of dollars. I don't understand that.
Mighty God.
No, sir. Right.
Natasha Stewart, send me a WhatsApp, my friend. Remember you're from Montego Bay. Send me a WhatsApp.
I encourage you, Andre, to continue to do what you're doing, continue to speak out, because I think this is the shift that we need. We need a new paradigm. We need a shift in the politics and the culture of Jamaican people.
Well, I'm trying.
Try. We are behind you.
Awesome.
It takes only one, you know. It takes only one.
Only one. Alright, let me take the... Let's do this.
That's who feels it
knows
and
it.
they're feeling it right now. And the good have to suffer for the bad sometime.
Yes.
But we need a new change. We need a new paradigm shift in the way how we think as Jamaican citizens, as people, even in the diaspora, we have a responsibility.
Yes, we do. Yes, the diaspora. The diaspora.
Get big and fat. Big house and big mansion. New car and this and sweetheart on the side and all of these things.
I'm matey a breed. Mighty God.
No, sir. I really politics.
Politics. Alright, caller, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Andre. You have a good night, alright?
Yeah, man.
And keep up doing the good work. And no matter where Nancy Nega was say, make them continue to chat.
Yeah, will do.
Alright.
Alright, my friend. May see if I want next caller this. Let's see if I the next caller this and then me end the live. I want to go eat my jerk chicken from a friend, Miguel, and
if you call me and you don't get me, please leave a message. I will surely.
I don't know who that. Alright, Jamaica. I think I've done my part here tonight. Come make a reason we chat. We ask the questions that many people don't wish to ask. Alright? Give us visions lest we perish. Walk good.